XQC just exposed Twitch's biggest streamers. Wait, let's check this out, chat. What could this possibly be about? What could this possibly be about?
So in the world of streaming nowadays, it seems like the only thing people care about is views. The creators care about their view counts, which leads to competition, and the viewers care about view counts too, which leads to a lot of comparison.
When I was #1 on Twitch, and it wasn't about numbers, and it wasn't about competition, guys. It was about having fun, it was about involving people. It was about bringing people together and doing it together, right? I wish you could go back to that, but streaming is just not how it was, okay?
It's crazy. There was a time where Aiden Ross was #1 on Twitch. That's insane.
Streaming's not how it was.
I don't even remember, like, I can't even fathom that timeline existing back then.
Now it's numbers. Why y'all don't do y'all subathon same time as Kai, since y'all shit just so turned?
That's why the love show is from the 23rd to the 30th.
That's a pretty good point. Why wasn't anyone doing any big events while Kai was doing his subathons? Maybe they know that they have no motion compared to Kai, bro.
I already knew when it was coming. I already knew. I'm cool, bro. I ain't trying to lose no money.
That's the unfortunate world of streaming today, where a streamer isn't defined by the level of content they make. Instead, everything is dependent on their view count. And this has led to a bunch of inflated and artificial numbers being put out all around the streaming world, which is also known as view botting.
So stop view botting. Everybody in the streaming industry, stop view botting, bro. Like I'm talking to y'all, the streamers, y'all know who I'm talking to too, bro. Stop trying to make yourselves seem bigger than what y'all is, bro. Just work for that shit, gang.
This is something that a lot of streamers have been doing for years now, apparently even streamers that we wouldn't even expect, and it seems like for some of them the view botting is finally starting to catch up at the XQC recently exposed a few streamers. So how exactly
I like
did this
ice cream,
entire
me
view
too.
botting thing start? When did it happen, and who
I
did
love ice cream. Like if I could, you know, do stuff with ice cream, I would do stuff with ice cream. Anyways.
XQC Exposed? Well, that's probably what you're here to figure out. So if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the trap house with the biggest trapper. And while you're at it, don't forget to click that very first link down below in my description to join my Discord server and become an official member of the community. Now with all of that being said, let's get into how XQC just exposed streamers for view botting. Okay, so to start, we all know that viewership is an extremely important part of content creation. It's how creators...
Like, I feel like the people that are getting view botted, most of them aren't actually view botting themselves. It's like we already know, it's the companies or it's people that are like parasocial that really want to see their streamers succeed because their streamer's like their best friend, even though their quote-unquote best friend doesn't even know who they are. They're just like a fish in the pond.
It's basically how content creation goes from a hobby to a career. And over the years, the industry has begun growing so much that we're seeing new creators come out of literally nowhere and pull thousands of viewers from what literally seems to be overnight.
Alright, Neon? Yeah, there's no way no one's... there's no way people are actually watching that. There's no way people are actually sitting down and watching Neon. It doesn't make any sense.
For some,
that one's
this quote-unquote
definitely
overnight success story is
viewbotting.
actually the result of months or even years worth of grinding, and for others, it may literally just be the click of a few buttons. We don't know exactly how long this has been going on over the years, but if I had to guess, I would say this all started somewhere around or after the Aiden Ross era. You see, prior to the Aiden era, the biggest streamer the world has ever seen was Ninja, which made sense because he was the most popular streamer playing the most popular game in the world, so him gaining all of the popularity he had at the time obviously made a lot of sense. This was kind of the golden age of streaming where a lot of creators started blowing up simply because they were good at Fortnite, and if they were even a little bit funny or entertaining, then of course it was also a boost. But you see, this will all begin to change around the time the Aiden Ross era started on Twitch. You see, all of Aiden's success when he started was 100% legit, but he eventually made streaming so mainstream that more and more eyes from all over the world started to become more tuned in.
Didn't this guy... Am I stupid? Or didn't his career also start... What the fuck am I saying? Didn't his career also start on TikTok? Am I wrong about that? Because I feel like I remember him getting big on TikTok or around like the Bryce Hall, Addison Rae, Charlie D'Amelio, Lil Huddy era of content creation, where like people cared about the TikTok stars. And I feel like Aiden Ross came up at that same time period, but he was like way different than the rest of them, and that's why he became popular.
The streaming universe.
Let me know if I'm
and
wrong
then,
about
of course,
this.
Streamers like Kai Cenat would come along and continue to build on top of this foundation. And of course, we all know that Kai will become a superstar in his own right, breaking every subscriber and viewership record there was to break. So this is the era where viewership for streamers really started to skyrocket. Like, there was a time where if you have...
You know what's weird about Twitch? Every time somebody becomes super popular, they came out of nowhere. The only one that I can think of recent memory that didn't come out of nowhere, maybe it's because I was aware of her, is Cinna. Like, I've seen Cinna's whole journey, and like I've seen her go from 100 to 500 viewers to like 40K sometimes. But I remember when I first found out about Kai Cenat, he already had 50K viewers. And I'm like, where did this guy come from? And now he's the most popular streamer on the entire platform and basically the internet. And like Mr. Beast, I saw his entire upbringing as well. I knew he was going to be the biggest YouTuber. It was like always going to be his thing. He was going to be the biggest YouTuber. I like I've said on the TikTok that I posted recently, I've been following him since he had 10K subscribers on YouTube in like 2014 or something like that. I've watched his whole upbringing. But like Jinxie, Queso, Kai Cenat, all these people, Sketch, all these people just came out of nowhere, and like I never knew who they were before. They just came out of nowhere and got 100 or like thousands and thousands of viewers out of nowhere. And I'm like, just where did these people come from?
Average 10 to 20,000 viewers.
I never heard their
Twitch.
names until everyone heard their names.
We're literally at the top of the platform.
It was
known as
crazy.
One of the biggest streamers in the world. And granted, if you average those numbers now, you're still in the top 1%.
Glitz, I don't know why you say this so negatively about yourself. You didn't fall off. The game fell off. I hope you know that. This is amazing. I don't know. You know what also pisses me off? When did this transition on the internet that this many viewers is bad? I want to know when people thought having above 10K viewers was bad.
The problem now is we're starting to see a lot of creators pull these numbers very easily. And at first, nobody really thought much of it until like late 2023. You see, in 2023, this is where multiple streaming platforms and streaming deals started becoming a real thing. Now, of course, there was always competitive platforms, but there was never any real threat to a platform like Twitch until companies like Kick started coming along, signing all of these big streamers to very large contracts. And when some of these streamers would begin signing to these alternate platforms, that's when the topic of viewbotting really became a discussion. We seen streamers who weren't that big on Twitch or really any other social media platforms switch over to Kick and suddenly pull numbers they've never pulled before. And this seemed to be
Why does Jack Doherty always look concerned or like bored or confused in every clip I've ever seen of him?
Instant thing, like literally off of the noti, people were pulling 20,000 viewers that maybe averaged 1 or 2,000 on Twitch, and the main person who was getting accused of this at the time was Neon. And yes, I know he's a lot bigger streamer now, a lot of his numbers now may be organic, but there was literally a time on Kick like a few months after he signed with the platform where he could spark a stream and pull over 60,000 viewers just off the noti, and he continued pulling these insane numbers up until more and more people began calling him out on it, and then we would gradually start seeing these numbers drop until they became a bit more realistic.
Bro, Neon got 120K right now. That's yo, he's him.
Crazy.
Bro.
Yeah,
That's a lot of people.
Like how he get 120, but I was just making some conspiracies. It's not proven. It's just accusations.
I'll be honest, bro. Guys, the reason why I don't call for what it is because I don't know if Neon's directly doing it himself.
Does it like carry on to other platforms? Like, how is his numbers on like Instagram or YouTube?
Has he ever gone? Yeah, facts. Has he ever gone live on IG?
Dude, Neon is the biggest cheating Guys, I'm telling you, there's nobody even close to the level of cheating this guy has done. It's monumental.
There's no way he gets 100,000.
Why does he look like that? I'm not like... Oh, you can't even see. Why did he decide to look like this? Do not ever dye your hair that color ever again, please. Like, I'm not even trying to be a bully, but like, it just looks bad.
It's monumental.
It looks horrible.
There's no way he gets 100,000 viewers. There's no way he gets that. Like, he has content sometimes, but it's not 100,000.
100,000 viewers is like your Travis Scott or something.
Yeah, it's not 100K viewer content. Like, there's no way he doesn't view bot.
Now, he wasn't the only kick streamer getting accused of this. It was really the entire platform. We've seen streamers like Jack Doherty get accused and many others. Even Ada Ross got view botting allegations at some point, but that's not to say that every single kick streamer on the platform was view botting, because we've seen streamers with strong communities come to kick and do great, like Aiden, of course, or streamers like Your Rage, we're going to talk about a bit later. When he came over to kick, he averaged around the same amount of views we've seen him get on Twitch, or even Bruce Drop Him Off, who's one of my favorite streamers of all time. He was one of the biggest streamers on Twitch at the time that he signed with Kick, and when he came over to Kick, he would average even less viewers than he did on Twitch.
I'm sorry. Bruce is so boring. I don't get the hype at all. I just think his content is boring. I tried watching his YouTube videos, and I thought they were boring as well.
I feel like it's a pretty realistic thing because, of course, there isn't a bigger audience on Kick than there is on Twitch. So eventually, all of these allegations will begin to get so bad for Kick streamers that they began accusing a few Twitch streamers of view botting as well. They would claim that Twitch was actually the main platform that had the bots instead of Kick.
And I'm under the impression, confidently, that in the top 100, at least 90 out of 100 are not only blatantly view botting, but we're talking massively view botting, because you can't tell at that point, right?
Trainwreck was right. He was telling us and we didn't listen. He's been saying this shit for years. All the streamers are view botting.
Now, at first, people didn't think much.
Whoa, wait, I gotta go back. What'd she say?
Because you can't tell at that point, right?
Trainwreck was right. He was telling us and we didn't listen. He's been saying this shit for years. All the streamers are view botting.
Now, at first, people didn't think much of these claims. It kind of just sounded like all of these Kick streamers were trying to hate on another platform. And eventually, all of these talks would start dying down a little bit. People would just let these streamers be, whether they were view botting or not. No one really cared as much. But that ended up changing when XQC would start accusing it.
Is this that house that I saw that one kid did a house party at and then he got in trouble? Was it Rikai? I don't remember. Was this that place? It looks like it.
The Clover Boys of view botting after Casanat bought them a house, and they all began pulling some crazy numbers.
This guy might be the GOAT. Like it. He's just doing it better. 1K, next day 800, next day 8K, next day 60K. That's the GOAT. I mean, then they have 20, 20, 20, 30, 20. That's the absolute GOAT of streaming.
That is insane though. The number that's crazy. That's actually ridiculous. Yeah, that's not how that works. I don't care that it was like 4 or 5 days later.
20, 20, 20, 30, 20. That's the absolute GOAT of streaming. I mean, we've been doing it all wrong for like a whole decade, and we're fucking stupid. They're all view botters. I don't give a fuck saying anybody these days. I'm not like from a 1K Andy to 20K Andy overnight. Like, bro, I mean, I've been here before. Like, I'm not stupid. Like, this shit's fucking bought up the wazoo.
Yeah, is XQC a hater?
After this, it seemed like view counts just continued rising on Twitch, not just for the Clover Boys, but for a lot of streamers on the platform. We started seeing people come from all over social media, starting streaming careers, pulling thousands, if not tens of thousands of viewers. And that's something that's always been a bit abnormal and would cause people to look deeper into this whole view botting thing. In fact, I guess it would even begin catching the attention of Twitch, because this will all lead to
Bro, this is why I wish I just view botted. Like, I would be so much more popular if I had just done view bots and chat bots to make it look like real people were talking in my chat, and then I would get real people to talk into my chat. View bots, I'd get to the top of the category, and then anyone who going into that category would watch my stream, would follow me, would start interacting. Then I would get subscribers on YouTube. But I'm not gonna cheat my way to the top, bro. Like all these already rich people are doing. That's why all the people that are the top streamers right now are already rich. Or were already rich before they were famous. Or they already had connections with rich people before they were famous. And nobody's watching, like, the people down in the dirt. Because whatever's popular is what's gonna stay popular until it's no longer popular. Nobody gives a fuck about one viewer Andes. And it's actually really annoying. And yeah, maybe I'm jealous. Who wouldn't be though?
Themselves announcing a new system that was meant to crack down on bots. And since then, a lot of social media and streamers have been sent into a frenzy. For example, Casanat just so happened to take a break in order to prepare for his Mafiathon 3, and there's actually—
Oh god, he's doing another subathon? Why is he doing a subathon every year now? Didn't the last one just happen like a few months ago? What the fuck is going
people
on?
The internet who believe that this break has something to do with the new view botting system, and I'll just say that even if Kai was view botting, there would never actually be a way to prove it, because his chat moves faster than the speed of light, and he also has his subscriber count to back it up. So it's clear that this whole anti-view botting software is really striking some fear in a few streamers, but there's also others that really don't seem to care at all. And unfortunately, that's now leading to them getting hit with allegations as well. You see, today, XQC, who seems to be the view count police, would take to the timeline and start calling out some streamers who seemingly had a drop in viewership since August 21st, which is the day that the new Twitch system took effect.
Yeah.
He posted
the viewbot system is exposing a lot of people. I'm not gonna lie. Them getting rid of viewbots is creating a witch hunt. And we're seeing it happen live. Literally.
Various screenshots of different streamer charts, but the first chart he posted was a streamer who has seemingly
back home now, just chilling, getting back on my grind. Hell yeah.
Within a 3-day span. And fans would quickly figure out that this chart belonged to the one and only Your Rage.
Let's see if I can find Your Rage Gaming. Let's see how Your Rage Gaming is.
Oh.
Not a good day to be Your Rage Gaming.
Uh-oh.
Definitely.
Trouble in paradise.
Definitely not. Absolutely not.
And of course, Your Rage will even return back to streaming today to not only defend his own name against the view botting allegations, but to also mention that there's another streamer.
Bro, he needs to get a stabilizer for his camera or something. Or he needs to like tighten the screws in his desk, because every time he moves, his entire setup moves. My setup doesn't even move that much. I don't know how his camera moves so much.
Just about 30 to 40,000 viewers that's been view botting as well.
And then I see a clip later of XQC literally saying that same shit. Like, oh, there's actually been a few times where like new APIs get rolled out and I got the short end of the stick. I got hit with glitches. I was fucking limit rated. I was ghosted. You couldn't search my name. My viewers were low. So there's a history of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of streams that I've had since 2017. 2 abnormalities. And I'm getting attacked on every, like the amount of DMs, messages on everywhere, comments under my shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm just living life and I woke up to hate. I was trying to figure out what the fuck going on. I'm speaking of, I can't say names, but
Oh, also, I realize I can barely afford a house in the 100 to 200K range, so I'm gonna work on saving for a down payment over the next couple years so I can buy my first house. Damn. I will probably never buy a house, to be honest. Has spent 1 month, 1 day, and 11 hours. Holy shit. Stream Elements is still tweaking, still saying 0 seconds. But Botrix knows what's up.
There's literally a streamer right now that literally told me, I'm not gonna say his name because he can come out and say it when he wants to say it. He's probably gonna say it soon. That he's being botted. Yet he didn't get hit. He's a top streamer that has been being botted for months, and he's not hit. And I'm getting hated on. That body probably live right now with 30,000 in there right now.
Now, for the record, I like Rage a lot. I don't think he's view botting at all. The entire YRG is
Bro just peeked the fuck out of my stream audio equalizer. It went all the way in the red.
Strong community, and usually people
Bro,
that have
so
real
loud.
tight-knit communities don't have the view bot. But XQC did go on to acknowledge that some streamers may not even be aware that this is taking place on their channel, stating that the botting may have been done by some of the organizations that streamers are a part of, maybe it's their management team, or maybe even there's some fan doing it. The point is, if there's a streamer that gets hit with view botting allegations, it's a high chance that it's not even them that's really doing the view botting, and even streamers like Stable Ronaldo, who's in phase alongside Your Rage, would admit to former management teams trying to inflate his numbers artificially in order to land a large deal with Stake or Kick.
This were a thing for years, by the way. For people who think that there isn't
I got
bots
a
for
dedicated laptop with a Core i5 1650 Ti and 32 gigabytes of RAM just for lurking, so my time and points will get more insane from here. Holy shit.
I've had old management.
That's crazy.
Old management that people don't even know about, who are like, yo, Ron, if you go to Kick right now, we will bot your numbers on Twitch so you can get a stake deal, so that when you go to Kick, we'll also bot your numbers and we get a percent. That's what I was told. I'm exposing it right now.
But eventually, even after all of this, XQC, the Twitch police's rant, didn't end there at all. He continued going on and on about streamers and view botting, and he'd even post more charts of other streamers' numbers. And one of the streamers whose chart he posted was apparently a small VTuber who was averaging thousands of viewers, but during the actual streams, the creator gained little to no followers, all while maintaining thousands of views. But after XQC posted these charts, a fan would come to the streamer's defense, alleging that the streamer did have on some drops during the stream, which is why people were actually watching but not actually following. And of course, XQC would quickly debunk that entire thing, stating that this is
I don't know why, like, at this point, most streamers who play video games, especially for a video game that has drops, normally like Rivals or something like that, why do people go to the top streamer to watch their stream to earn drops? Go to a small streamer, please. The top streamer already has the success. Why can't you spread the success, at least for a temporary viewer count, to someone who's been streaming for 8 hours straight or something like that? Why do you go to someone who's been playing a video game for an hour and isn't even interacting with their chat? Please, go to someone who's been working their ass off for this. I'm not even saying go to me. Go to someone who isn't finding success yet, because they've been working their ass off for it.
Known for a little over 2 years, going all the way back to 2000.
That's what pisses me off about the Kingmaker system on Twitch, is the people at the top stay at the top. Unless they do something horrible, they stay at the top forever. And nobody cares about the people that are down below that. Whenever I go to watch people, I look for 40 views at the most. I don't know what, but small streamers are just more interesting in my opinion. Exactly. I found this guy named Enoch, and he's actually one of my favorite streamers. And this guy doesn't get viewers. Like, he just started like probably, I think at the beginning of this month or something like that. I'm pretty sure I was his first follower. And I've been watching this guy whenever I get the chance. And I've been watching his YouTube videos. He does story times every single time he goes live. He's like one of the coolest guys ever. And like nobody knows because nobody goes and searches for that type of stuff.
2023. So with all of this exposing going on, it even had streamers like Lacey beginning to panic and wondering if his viewership has been real from the start. This will
That's
come
dope.
at
Drop
the
the ad. Let me actually go to his YouTube or Twitch channel. This is it, right? Yeah. He's got 11 followers now. Me and French Fry, I think, were his first and second followers. If y'all are watching the video, go follow this guy on Twitch. I don't even care if you follow me. Go follow this guy. He's way more deserving of it than me, in my opinion. Okay, following right now. Bet. Thank you. I appreciate it. I can lurk somewhere between 50 to 100, but still, stuff gets a little laggy. Yeah, I get that. But let's finish this video up so we can move on to the next one.
Lacey began seeing a significant drop in his viewers after this whole patch or update, whatever you want to call it, rolled out.
Like, I'm struggling in my head to see, like, because these big production streams I've done, like Love is in the Ear and Fat Cam and this and that, I don't know.
Wait, who's this? I love how XQC is literally just going through random streamers' view statistics and checking when the view botting thing took place. And he's just policing everybody's viewer count. It's hilarious. Alright, wanted to come say hi, I'll be around, but just getting settled, I appreciate you. Of course, I appreciate you too, and thank you for following Enoch. Enoch's actually the GOAT, I'm not gonna lie.
If that has actually been successful events anymore. I don't know if people actually enjoy Fat Camp in my community.
Now, in Lacey's defense, there is some people that's claiming Twitch is just broken right now, not showing people's actual view counts. Lacey even stated
that's a cope. Twitch is broke, or Twitch is broken, so they're not showing the accurate view count. Right after the view botting thing goes into effect. Yeah, surely that's what's happening.
Didn't understand why his view count was so low, because there's been time where he's had more chatters in the stream than his view count will actually read. So it seems that this entire view botting epidemic may or may not be a real thing. Perhaps none of these streamers are actually view botting and XQC just began reaching for no reason, accusing people of these things. Or maybe it actually is a real thing that's been happening for quite some time now. And there's like a lot of indirect consequences stemming.
That's not real, right? That's not real, right? I'm pretty sure that's not real.
From all of these streamers of view botting. I mean, just imagine the brand deals who are paying these streamers a lot of money in order to promote something, and then they don't even make that back on their investment simply because these aren't real people watching the streams. Or not to mention how much it hurts the smaller streamers who actually aren't view botting, because they're the ones who are constantly getting overlooked from these big opportunities due to companies thinking that they're not really big streamers even though they have actual people watching them. So with all of that being said, I'm happy that Twitch integrated this new system. It'll be good to see some real feeling come back to Twitch where the content actually matters and people aren't just so hung up on how many viewers someone has. But that's just my personal opinion. As you guys know, the only opinion that I really care about is y'all's opinion. So with that being said, be sure to comment down below and let me know, what do you think about this entire situation? Do you think that stream
what I think is crazy is the Kingmaker system is still a thing. Like, I understand it to a certain extent. I think at some point Twitch needs to just stop only focusing on clips and live streams. At some point they should make a feature where we can post videos to the website. But like, I feel like they're only not doing that because then their copyright system might have to end up like YouTube, and nobody wants that. Anyways, if y'all enjoyed the YouTube video, like and subscribe, and go follow A Bando. This guy actually makes great videos. Anyways, I'll see y'all later. Let's get in the next one.